I was like, is the record button gonna pop up, or... And we're back in the time loop. Ruby had to tell me the microphone was connected, I guess. I know that, controller. I just watched myself do it. So apparently we're going to try and develop a secondary plot to the plot that's already advancing currently in Barcelona at this point in time. As, well, somehow, I mean, I guess the omnipotence of some of these girls really is coming to play here, but word has traveled that Remilia is working for the other side. No one even knew she was here to begin with until it was pointed out by someone. Somebody would be Yukari. Told Reimu all of this. Of course, they don't know 100% because Yukari was being all, shall we say, like, not necessarily secretive about it, but she was talking in riddles. But Reimu actually thinking with her head on, not sideways, deduced that Yukari was trying to tell them that Remilia was changing sides here. And so we found her here at Fuji. It makes sense she'd hang out near Japan. That is here by happenstance. This is not Nidori. Wrong number. That would be the 40 car. And we have Reimu, 16 Angels, and Cerno and Battle Rocket. Battle Rocket's on pole. And we are playing as Sakuya. Makes sense that, well, her own servant would be a little bit flustered about all of this. So while heaven knows what the other drivers want here, especially like that, or Reimu want to do to Remilia, maybe it's down to Sakuya's decision. I think Sakuya has been driving around and somehow they got a hold of the, like, supercar technology that Nidori put in these. Luckily we still had ours lying around, so this is going to be some crazy stuff in this round. Wait. I fake Nidori. It's a 40 car. Okay, you are taking your time. Alright. I read somewhere that these two could, like, communicate telepathically. I wonder if that's what they're doing as, Sakuya and Remilia are next to each other. Probably not. Oh my good lord, people. People and yokai and whatever else terminology used here. Just, good god, opponent drivers, what are we doing? What Sakuya's objective here would be, logically, I don't really know. I doubt she'd tell me either. My guess is that she wants to try to win the race to get Remilia's attention before she attempts to talk some sense into her. That's my guess. So what is this that makes sense? I was like, what is this brake bias that the rear tires are warmer? Yeah, we're cracking 180 here. Stop! It's also giving these cars a great chance to show just what the Kappa has created with these machines. I think she made 22 different versions of it. Like she's planning to have her own little race for it. Heaven knows, maybe she was. Maybe she wanted to do some sort of one-make race to get a bunch of ticket profits. Excuse me, I'm down here. These brakes are insanity. And these AI are insanely slow through not fast corners. Well, slower than they have to be anyway. I mean, you have to be slow through a corner like that, but not obstructive. There's a difference. Going for 16 Angels here. This isn't the best place to do that, though. I didn't know what the heck the car wanted to do there. Jeez. And the second sign. And then we play the waiting game. I'm sure the leader is in the next dimension by now. Actually, no, it isn't. It's just like one corner ahead. I'm currently very good at that corner compared to the AI. The AI are very good at this corner compared to me, though. It's the new turn 3 from the last episode. Duh! Don't run into that person. In the case of any Toho characters, Reimu is the last person you want to be rear-ending. Sixteen Angels, you really need to get racy with me. I see you down there trying to pass me. This is not the optimal time for that. You and me are here for different reasons. Can't really pass here. The slightest amount of gaining. Stop! Hello, 33 car, surprise! You're behind me now. Unexpected. Oh, that's why you don't have the brake bias that low. Ever in this game do you ever do that? Oh, hi, Remilia. Nice to see you again. It's like you have the entire objective of this episode, and you just kind of ignored that for like 5 minutes. Made the big setup in the intro of the video, and then just kind of... once the race started, you were just another driver to pass. Just kind of awkward. My brakes are hot. Let's do this again. So this is so fun the first time. Oh, you would move over. Wait, 23 car, hang on. No, I don't know these characters very well anymore. And of course, my tablet decides now is the time to be silly. That is her. So that was Marissa that just tried to cut me off. Thank you. Jerk. How friendly you seem to be in the America store. We don't have any of that here. That's how that was supposed to go the last time, but here, lo and behold, it didn't. because the brakes were biased. My brakes fall under like some kind of political party. I honestly forgot what the American ones were called for a split second, because that's just how little I know about politics. Mostly by choice, mind you, because I certainly could learn if I decided I wanted to. I just have not decided that I want to, no. This is going to be impressive. Well, that is not something you see every day. Maximum overdrive! Hiya! Oh, Rainbow, you're moving. Okay, we're fine. I get half the road and you get half the road. You're not getting me half the road. I no longer care. Once again, somehow the AI is the leader is not super far away. I don't know how. I didn't really want to do that, but this guy was braking like a chicken, and it was either that or I just slammed right into him. Take the slightest amount more care around Battle Rocket. Slightest. As if Sakuya really gives a crap? Probably not, but I do. Jeez, I guess he doesn't either. Alright. That's why I'm out dragging you, fool. Oh, crap. Well, that happened. Not only did I defend from Battle Rocket, but I passed the white car there at the same time. I have a lap without having to pass a bunch of cars, and lo and behold, the lap time is a lot faster. Who would have seen that coming? Oh, Cerno's leading. That's crazy. I didn't see that coming at all, to be honest. She really is the strongest, I guess. Hey, Internet, I made the joke. Oh, jeez. Just use Cerno as a pick on the orange car, and then get Cerno at the same time. I guess now you're gonna stick there for the rest of the race, aren't you? Balanced line. So I guess now that we've got some space already, now would be the time to bring up kind of a continuation of something mentioned in the last episode, referring to the additional, like, potential characters that didn't get in, and that being the Doki Doki Literature Club characters. What makes Toho any different and why they got into the series and the others didn't. Well, for one, it was just the timing of it. I learned about Toho back in May. I think they debuted in this series probably early June, by that stretch. And at that time, it wasn't quite as full. I'm pretty sure it was adding the Toho characters that brought it up to 64, a stack of characters for the following, like, bit of episodes. So I was wrong, it's not 64, it's 64 now, not 64 including Mortimer and B. It's been 64 ever since these Toho characters showed up. But other reasons, well, Toho is a video game that actually has its action game. Something a little more akin to racing than a visual novel slash dating sim slash psychological horror. Which is a lot of different genres to be doing at once, mind you. That's probably what made it so popular. There's a little bit more transferable skill in a bullet hell than there is in a visual novel once it comes to racing. So I'm never going to be able to do a corner like that in my life ever again. Probably not. Maybe I will, but it's not too likely. Oh, that's too late. Oh, barely. It's interesting how, despite having more power and weighing less, these things are actually not much harder to drive, if not easier to drive, than the original versions. Insert kissing behind of Nidori here. But, I mean, she's made improvements akin to the company of Rhino themselves. Right, the Powerpuff Girls in, so the Toho characters sort of blended in with that. Yeah, the Literature Club girls could as well, especially considering they can go off of virtue of being teenage girls, since these are the Fusion Fall versions of the Powerpuff Girls, which are 16 rather than 5. And while the Toho characters used range from appearance-wise, obviously the youngest character in this collection is 70 years old at least. According to the actual wiki, I'm not even kidding, it's at least 70 years old for Cerno, and she looks like she's 4. And acts like she's maybe 6. She knows math, and that's about the only thing that differentiates her from being a toddler, pretty much. Yeah, so it's what? Reimu, Marissa, Cerno, Sakuya, Remilia, and Nidori. Reimu appears to be 14, Marissa appears to be 13, Sakuya appears to be 16, Nidori appears to be about 10 or 11. I think it's 11 if I remember right. Cerno has the appearance of like 5, 6, and Remilia looks like she's 9. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, the Powerpuff Girls are now 16 in Fusion Fall, while the Literature Club characters are 18. And yet somehow, the Literature Club girls are among some of the least intelligent and least mature of all of them. I guess if to say, for example, all 4 of them were to end up in the series, or just to speak about all 4 of them as a collection of characters, yeah, Yuri would be smarter than, say, Cerno. And she'd be about on par with Marissa and Reimu. And she'd therefore be smarter than Bubbles and Buttercup, but not Blossom, I would say. But, like, Sayori, I don't know. I've heard Sayori a lot, but I usually think of it as Sayori, but I think that's because of it being Nidori, not Nitori. It's actually Nitori, but I usually just can't be bothered to change the way I pronounced it for 5 months. And also just partially not wanting to accept the fact that I screwed up the pronunciation of my favorite character in the series. And my favorite characters in general, mind you, so... Plus it's just easier to not pronounce it as Nitori. Also, yes, I'm totally an autopilot here. I have driven Fuji probably a little bit too much. Hey, I did it again. What do you know? Do it again. But yeah. So like, Sayori is quite the airhead. Meaning she wouldn't really be much smarter than Bubbles. She'd probably be about tied. That would make her less intelligent than Buttercup, despite being 2 years younger. 2 years older than her. That's not even the half of it. I would almost say Remilia has a little more wisdom than she does, and Remilia looks like she's 9. Granted, Remilia is actually 500 years old. And I guess that's kind of the subversion there, is that she's technically almost 500. And therefore does have something of a reason to be smarter than Sayori. This is going to be 3 more laps around here. Nice turn in me. A little bit early on the draw. I'm trying to minimize discussion of characters not in the series yet. They're not going to be in this one. Waiting until NASCAR series starts up, and as I said, that'll be around February. And I intend to stick to that, unless I get some sort of inspiration or something occurs to where me and Tyler stop doing the America story. He says that he's going to be taking a break and letting me do my thing with it, with my version of the Red Hot Racing Circuit, come the end of Season 5, but considering we're only, you know, just now reaching the end of 3, that's still a bit in the future. So there's not exactly any kind of immediateness as far as, like, I must start it now to fill the gap in my soul or something like that. Why am I looking behind me? I have 10 seconds on Cerno. Or sorry, Lee Heighton. No, I refuse. Also, ironically, I kind of forgot about it when selecting this track. I just thought of, like, Japanese track would fit the whole Toho thing. Since we have every single one in the series except for Nidori present. Should make sense, considering she's probably off somewhere else, hiding from Carbon. After creating these vehicles, I'm sure he still wants her blood. If Kappa's even bleed, which... I'm not about to go down that rabbit hole, so... I'm just gonna say... maybe? This gun is very deadly, especially against living things. But a gun wouldn't do anything to her, so... Magic bullets, on the other hand, very effective. Especially against yokai things. So it's, you know, it's a fine line. Yeah, I didn't remember until, like, I was, like, partway through the race that this is where my next league race is in 9 days. From the time of this recording. The 9th Thursday is when said race occurs. Ah, that's a new lap record. Surprised I got one without drafting. My front brakes just reached 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's still a little too much for brakes or anything. Anything that isn't molten rock should not be braking 1,000 degrees. Yet apparently doesn't stop all those old YouTube videos from having 1,000 degree knife versus like butter or my front brakes apparently. Oh, good turn. Good thing I only do it one more time there. So, yeah, has Sakuya proved anything by doing this? I don't really know what her objective has been, but I'm certain she's accomplished it by now, considering she's about to win by well over 12 seconds. Well over 10. It's going to be over 13. I'm sure Remilia is going to be listening now after a drive like this, though. So if that's the objective, then mission completed. If the objective was to try and make her pay for being the way that she is, well, we never really ran into her. Also, there's the lap record again. Battle Rocket got 4th. Reimu held on for 6th. 16 Angels right behind. Remilia not getting too far, but she does beat that. Beat that! For 14th over 15th. Man, that 26 car did not have a great day. Or night. I saw somebody absolutely demolish that little cone on the inside of turn 3. Yes, that is actually 3 turns there. This just looks outrageous. Yeah, so that, with this very picturesque shot of 18 Renaults in the same corners, same 2 corners, really, 3 corners, actually, I don't know where I learned to count. That is it for this episode of Time Loop. I guess, however, this Renault plotline develops, basically, because, for whatever reason, this group of, like, 9 characters seems to be now inseparable. 16 Angels, Battle Rocket, that, and then the 6 Toho drivers. As for why I'm not adding more Toho characters, it's just simply because, well, 6 is enough, and while it's not the same 5 or 8 from the Americas tour, and well, will be 7 when the RHRC rolls around. Because that one has a different character, and it kind of like the 8 from the Americas tour is Reimu, Marissa, Surno, Nidori, and then like Suwako isn't here because I didn't really know much about her when I had set up the drivers to add here. But now she ends up being my second favorite character in the series behind Nidori. And though she wouldn't really have much to add to this plotline. So is the thing on that. So it's sort of off. And then Flandra, Remilia's sister, obviously Remilia as well, and then Sakuya. Although those 3 are usually in the back of the grid on the Americas tour. With like a couple of exceptions. But not very many. So yeah, that will be it for apparently the first part of this like plot B thing with the different Renault drivers.